Hi, welcome to Hanshi's World. I'm Hanshi Steve Kaufman. Tonight's show is going to be very interesting. I have with me a young lady who is world famous as an American Flamenco dancer. Mm-hmm. And she has danced around the world, which sounds interesting in and of itself. I'll introduce you to her in a moment. And she's been with the greatest of the great, Jose Greco, Sabicas. We're going to let her tell her story. She's got a very, very fascinating history, and I think you should all know about this. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to Maestra. Does that work?
Maestra, yeah.
Clarissa Talve. Welcome to the show, Clarissa. Thank you so much for coming on and wanting to talk about your absolutely illustrious life. You've written this fantastic book over here that I read. Mm-hmm. It was given to me by Erwin Zucker. Okay, yes. Erwin Zucker is the guy you need to know when you have a new book. He gets it all over the place. And I met Clarissa at the Book Expo. And she gives me this book here. Mm-hmm. Dancers Never Die. Mm-hmm. You got that? Dancers Never Die. And it's all about an American flamenco dancer who happens to have very heavy-duty Sephardic roots as well. So we got into having a little chat, but I'm going to let her talk all about it. Clarissa, what got you into dance, especially flamenco, which is not something that a nice Jewish girl generally gets into?
That is quite true. I think that that because of my background, of my Spanish-Jewish heritage, I associated with it so much that I went back into the history of when the Jews occupied during the Golden Age of Spain, and their poetry, their dances, their music, their romanceros, which means romances of the Golden Age. Mm-hmm. I was so attracted to this, and that was number one. But the most important thing was that I began to dance when I was about 8 years old, very young. And I felt dance is a very strong energy, and it pushed me into the dance, much to the opposition of my family.
I can imagine. So what is this? You want to marry a doctor? What are you making everybody crazy?
No,
right?
Get married and have children. Are you crazy?
That's right.
Do you want to be an artist? They gave me a very hard time, and but I persevered, and I went to live with my sister temporarily in California, and began to study dance there in Hollywood. I loved it, and I remember performing at the Hollywood Press Club, and I felt such an elation and gratification. I said, this is it. This is going to be my life.
Who did you first start studying with? I know I read in your book that you used to go to the Snake Pit, which is on 9th Avenue and 57th Street.
That's right. But that was late. Yeah, that's right. It probably
right.
doesn't exist anymore. But no, actually, I started in Hollywood with Lester Horton, who was a modern dancer, and Jose Cancino.
Jose Cancino.
Who was the father of Rita Hayworth. She was a dancer in the beginning.
Okay.
And I started there, and I remember the studio was on Highland Boulevard.
In L.A.?
In L.A., yeah.
Okay.
And Eduardo and Jose Cancino. Then when I came back to New York, I just continued my studies, worked very hard, I met some wonderful dancers, and I said, that's it.
This is your life.
I'm going to dedicate my life. I had polio in the interim, and that also solidified my determination. As you know, it's not only talent in anything that you want to achieve. It's not only talent, it's determination, focus, and great desire and love of the dance.
Love of the dance.
I love the dance. That was it. I was a natural dancer to start off with.
I was just going to ask you, do you feel that you were, and there's a lot of things that I'm involved with as far as my arts are involved with the dances. I wonder, did I pick it or did it pick me? Now,
it picked you.
It picked you. I mean, no, you
Correct.
feel dance picked you.
Absolutely.
Okay, very
absolutely.
good. Okay,
God,
a lot of people would argue with that.
No, God gives certain people different talents for different things.
Yes.
And I remember lying in this hospital in Los Angeles after I had gone to Mexico. I caught polio. And I said, oh, please, dear God, let me be healed of this, and I will dedicate myself to dance. I made that promise to God.
See, you can't fool around with it.
And I couldn't fool around with God.
That's right.
So, that's
I've tried, and I've got knocked down a couple of times.
All of us have. all of us have.
Yeah.
And so I think this great determination and love of the dance makes you feel
good,
happy.
Good.
And we should do what
Good.
makes us happy.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, you look forward to something. It could be a painting, it could be a musician, whatever. You should do what makes you happy.
Did you study music as well? I mean, aside from the fact that you were listening to flamenco all the time.
Oh, all kinds of music. But
Yeah.
I studied a lot of modern
Gypsy
dance.
music, no doubt,
with
yeah.
the Gitanos.
The Rom.
And the most important thing was the woman who greatly inspired me, and she's a legend, La Carmen Amaya.
Carmen Amaya.
She was a phenomena.
Okay.
A gypsy from Barcelona. There's a statue of her that they have honored.
They erected a statue of her in
yes,
Barcelona?
in Barcelona,
Fantastic.
Yes. She was
Fantastic.
born near the ocean. She always loved the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And when I saw her dance in a film, it just knocked me out. I said, that's it.
You remember the name of the film?
Oh, it was one of these Hollywood films that Saul Yorok had brought over this gypsy troupe, you know.
I guess they can be looked up or something.
Oh, yeah, she's been in many Hollywood films in the 40s.
Uh-huh.
I saw this film and I said, oh my God, this woman is a phenomenon. And so I said, I've got to be with her. So you can imagine a young girl. I was in my late teens when she came to New York. And she was looking for dancers to join her company, or rather a dancer. And I went for an interview, and she accepted me, and I was so thrilled, you can't imagine.
You must have been thrilled.
I was.
I would imagine what was going on in the house.
Oh, they were very angry.
What are you doing?
Are you crazy? Yeah. So, which only gave me, isn't that funny, Steve? I don't know, that just gave me even more determination.
That's right. That's right.
You know that?
That's right.
I think that a lot of the kids of today don't have any, they're given everything very easily.
No, things come too easy.
That's
Things
what
come
I'm
too.
saying.
Let me
I
tell
had
you,
to
just as
struggle.
an aside,
Yeah.
I know what's involved with the struggle to get your work out there. You know,
Oh, my
kind of,
God.
You know,
In
it's
anything.
crazy making, okay?
Right.
And sometimes I finish it up and I'm saying to myself, wow, what a fantastic piece of work. And 3 days later, I go, oh, my God. Can't I do better?
That's right, yeah.
Better than
Well,
this,
you know, also with painting and drawing, you know, if you get one, you know, like even Picasso has said this, you know, one out of maybe 50 or 60 that you do during
every
the
once
day,
in a while, even
there's
I
something.
do something good, you know.
That's right,
Okay,
and
yeah.
you know, and and I think the main thing with any young person who wants to achieve anything in the arts, whether it be musically or acting. Acting, I'm not too crazy about. I think that's, I don't know, it's too vague. It's too vague. But I like the performing arts. You know, a musician, a writer, a painter, you can really see or feel.
Anyone who doesn't want to make a living is what you're talking about, right?
You got it, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a tough time because
when you make these kind of decisions to devote your life to something, you're essentially taking on a vow of poverty, man.
I did, and for a woman, it's really.
I'm making a joke over here, folks, but like, don't kid yourself. It's heavy.
It's really like a death sentence. Your family looked down on you. My family were very wealthy, and how could you do something so
beneath you?
So beneath the family. Yeah.
With what you see going on today with the young people, regardless of the fact that they're going to schools and studying dance, we're talking about Merce Cunningham, we're talking about...
There's many. Yeah. There's many who are out there.
Yeah.
Mark Morris is one of them.
What about the students themselves? Do they have the same passion, do you think, or do you feel, that you had without the opportunity to study directly with masters? You had to go out of your way to find someone. Okay? I mean, you didn't just go over to Carmen Amaya and say, "Hi, I'd like to sign up for classes."
Well, she
didn't even think on that level.
No.
Okay.
I just took it how it came. I searched out. There was a wonderful teacher in Los Angeles, Antonia Morales, again associated with Rita Morales. But I'm sure she's passed away. But she was a wonderful teacher, and there were many things that sparked my determination. Let's put it. It's my determination.
Tell us about it.
Well, the family opposition.
This is all about you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Someday we'll have something about you.
Yeah. Don't go
and
that
you
far
can no,
away,
and
man.
you can explain.
Stay in range, man.
Well, I mean, I enjoy people who are creative because I think they're more interesting. Like painters or music, but I think, of course, the ones that really are top of the list are the musicians. I think this is really a gift of God.
The musicians?
A musician, how they're able to create out of air music.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well,
I play.
I love.
As a matter of fact, the theme songs for the show, I had created on a computer, actually.
Oh, all right.
I was one of the first computer composers. We didn't have the same technological advantages that the kids had. Hey, let me download this and listen to this and do this video and stuff. You had to go personally to see. Okay, to look at I'm talking as you now. Watch the feet, man.
Exactly.
Listen to what's going on. Listen to the rhythm of the castanets. The fan. Would you give us a with the fan?
Wow.
I want my audience to quell. Go. Yeah. Who's luckier than me? Forget it.
Thank you, Steve.
Fantastic. Heavily influenced by Lorca.
Yes, I was.
Okay, was or is. Well, all right, we'll put it that way.
Still, he's.
He even spoke about something that very few people. I learned a tremendous amount about Spanish culture recently. I was also involved with a fellow that's involved with knife fighting, Spanish knife fighting, gypsy knife fighting.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
And so we were talking about that, and then all of a sudden I said, wait, here, now we were to flamenco. Now I'm familiar with flamenco as far as like having heard it and listened to it and things like that. But what was it that triggered your duende?
Exactly.
Oh, did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Duende is, neshama, your soul, whatever it is, but it's that certain spark that during performance.
That's right.
Takes you
over. Yeah,
and
takes
says,
over.
All right,
takes over.
Just go over there. You're just going to dance for me, but I'm going to be the soul of your dance. If I'm handling that right,
Well, I want to say this. In two different aspects. One of watching a performance, it could be of anything, but let's say a dance.
If it's there.
If it's there, that you looked at this performer more than you looked at that performer because they have a special energy. I don't know what else to call it.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. An energy that.
I'm loving this, by the way.
This is what it's all about. Yeah. I have felt it in performance.
Yeah.
where it sort of transcends the steps that you're going through or whatever. And I felt like a high almost of performing and feeling completely happy and beautiful. Like I was, I didn't care whether I was projecting or not. They talk about projection a lot, especially dancers. But that was, I've felt it a few times. Not that many times, but I've felt it. And it's a very special feeling.
It's the spirit of the thing itself in you as you're using your body for its entertainment, if you will.
Exactly, and this would be part of what we're talking about in Duende.
Duende.
I have heard it. Since I was a little girl, I was always listening to, there was one singer, La Niña de los Peines, and she was very popular during the Spanish Civil War in the 20s and 30s.
Really?
And Nino Ricardo was also a very famous singer, a guitarist, excuse me.
Nino Ricardo?
Yeah, he was a guitarist.
Okay.
But when she would sing, it was like goose flesh. You just...
What was her name again?
Her name was La Niña.
La
Niña, the woman of the combs, with the combs. De los
woman
Peines.
of the combs, okay.
Right. And when she would sing a special song called Saetas, which means something very piercing to the heart. During Easter, I believe. Yes, during Easter. There's nobody who could top her. Just incredible. They were just incredible singers.
The Lady of the Combs.
The Lady of the Combs.
I have to look that up. I have to hear somehow. Why did you write this book? And the reason I'm asking that question is because I am a writer.
Oh, all right.
And I also read a lot, obviously,
of course.
and I do a lot of book interviews and things like that. But once in a while, I get a feel for something. I said, let me look at this. Okay? And I started reading the book. I said, whoa. And I'm not being, patronizing here. Okay? I said, there's something going on here. Danced with Jose Greco.
Yeah.
Escudero, and you did nightclub acts all over the world.
That's right, I did.
And the whole thing.
I did the whole spectrum.
Why did you write this book?
I'll tell you why.
Well, thank you very much.
We finally got to that.
Very gracious of you.
All right, thank you. First, it was my teacher, my art teacher, who knew me as a dancer. Terry D'Alicio, she was a cartoonist in the 40s. She was very well known in her field. She belonged to the Illustrators Club and so on, and she had it was a comic strip that was called Tina. She said, Clarissa, why don't you write? She used to write also like yourself, right? She said, why don't you write about all your experiences as a dancer? I said, I'm into art now. I don't know. Do it this summer. Finally, when Terry passed away, I was supposed to go to some convention of writers in Honolulu, in Hawaii. I didn't make it with her, and then she passed away. I felt very bad because she was a terrific artist in every way. I said, I'm going to do it this summer. And every day, I used to write before anyway, but I never wanted to publish anything because I was into dance. I was into art. I said, that's enough. I don't have to do that too.
What else is doing?
I don't have to do that too.
Yeah.
And I only wrote for expression. In terms
a couple of poems in there. I know.
Exactly, poems, or somebody would die, and I would, feel, pangs of sorrow. So I had to put it down on a piece of paper, and I found this, and I'm sure you feel this way too, because you're also multi-talented. When you're creative in one field, you're creative all over the board.
Over the place,
This is what I found, and so. It came very easily to me because I had already been writing poetry and for my own pleasure.
Did you handwrite it or did you type it out or did you?
Yes.
Huh?
What was good for F. Scott Fitzgerald And Hemingway, that's what I did.
For you, yeah. Write it out by hand, yeah.
I used to write it out by hand.
I wrote my first couple of books I wrote out by hand, too.
By hand, right?
Says, leave me alone with this. You
Leave me alone with the computer, and I'd press this and press that.
Yeah.
So I would write it out on a regular pad, and then I'd give it to somebody to type. I did this. I brought the discipline of dance to writing.
Very excellent.
How's that?
Very excellent.
You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, because I bring my music to my sword. I bring my sword to my music.
That's right.
My writing,
exactly.
it's all the same thing.
So you're
which
a kindred
is pretty hard
spirit.
difficult to explain to a lot of people who are not involved with that.
Exactly. You're a kindred spirit. I see that, Steve. And so
Very nice.
I would get up every day. This was over the summer, about 3 years ago, and I said, between this whole morning, I'm going to sit and write, whether I write 2 sentences or 5 sentences.
That's all.
And
You sit, you write.
And that's
enough
what I did. And going back into the past is not that easy, though, but I did it. And I had a lot of stuff.
Bizarre memories.
A lot of bizarre memories. And I picked out the most, I thought, at the time, that were most significant. And then by doing this every day, voila, I had a book.
So absolutely go out and get this book. It's available where?
On Amazon.
Amazon?
Amazon,
Okay, and
that's
what's
it.
the tag on it?
It's 20. I think 20 or 18.
1995,
something like that.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
To order the book directly from you.
From me, yes.
So
I have
so
a Dance Arts
Carissa can
Press.
sign it and personalize
Hey,
it.
that's a good idea.
That's what I do with mine.
Well, that's what
When you were first studying, were you aware of the influences that were taking over your
Oh, yes.
soul and your life?
Oh, absolutely. I was
Were
aware
the
of it.
gypsies?
Oh, yes. And then.
Which that had to really thrill your parents. I mean,
well,
it's
they
bad
had
enough
already.
you're running around with
given
them.
up.
Now you're running around with the gypsies. Right?
They had already given up on me. The most important thing is this, and I think a great motivation, as far as dance was concerned, was because of the cultura, of the culture that I came from. And I started investigating it through Professor Bernadetti.
From Brooklyn College. Yeah.
At Brooklyn College, right.
Yeah.
But he lived also in my neighborhood. And I knew his family and my mother, and, they all came from the same area. And his whole thing was investigating, like, for instance, this book is about the Hispanic character of the Spanish Jews and their history, the romanceros, the romances of the Middle Ages, which I was so attracted to because it was highly romantic. And as a matter of fact, there was a singer who came many years ago to
move on.
Okay. Came to see
good?
Professor Bernadetti.
Yeah.
His name was Enrico Macias. He came to learn these ancient songs of the Middle Ages.
All right.
And he did very well with that. They want the Spanish Jews to come back, to Spain. They're offering them citizenship.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they're offering them everything to come back. There is a synagogue in Madrid and in one other big city, I forget. But there are a lot of Jews there. Not a lot, actually, but they want the Jews to return.
Is that right?
That is right. And
You
they're
mean
offering them
somebody actually
citizenship
wants the Jews
to come back, right?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'll mark that down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, all right.
They want the Jews to come back. So, because...
And not just because of the economic advantage they have, because the Jews
their rich
have
culture.
have an incredibly rich culture. Yeah. I mean, so do the Arabs. Okay, I don't want to get into the whole thing,
And so do the Arabs. Especially during the Middle Ages.
During the Middle Ages, Okay, and it was incredible works of art,
Incredible.
before.
In writing. The philosophers,
yes, the
in writing,
that's right,
and in every aspect of life, and Spinoza, Judah Halavi,
Maimonides?
Ibn Gabarol, yes, Maimonides. These were great men. As a matter of fact, in Cordova, there is a statue of Maimonides in Cordova. See? So, of course I related to all of this.
See, that's just you're Sephardic. I'm Ashkenazi.
Yeah. So of course
doesn't make me a bad person.
No, it's all right. I can get along with you.
You'll
I can get along with you.
You'll put up with me.
That's right. So, it was such a Steve. It was such a great history that inspired me, and that pushed me. Not pushed me, but just drew me into that cultura. I would say this to every dancer who has the talent and the drive, that to just follow your dream, no matter how hard it is. Just to keep your practice and practice and practice.
Practice. How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
And that's how you get to Carnegie Hall.
Practice.
And this is my advice, and what I would leave to other advice that I would give to every dancer, to every performer. If you have the need to perform, whether it be dance or whether it be as a musician, but to follow that dream, and just to be honest with yourself, if that's what you really want.
To get more information about Carissa Talve, go to dancearts.com. Okay, and Maestra's, I loved using that. Okay, Maestra's email is funsel10, FUNSEL 10 at AOL.com. What does funsel10 mean? Funsel's the name of her cat.
That's right.
Okay, right?
Where's the cat?
Listen, Carissa.
Well, you've made me very happy, so that I could express myself.
Thank you.
And
for
thank you.
Yeah, well,
you.
But thank you very much for coming on the show here.
Well,
and it's been a unique experience for me. I learned a great deal about you.